Welcome back to another edition of Busternet. Now we're in close season. We just won the Champions League, and I am now preparing to rejuvenate my side. Something I mentioned at the end of the last episode. We're not gonna try and do something different in terms of the way we play the game. We might. I haven't completely decided yet. The first thing I do, because you can't really adjust training at the moment for the team because they're all on holiday. I make sure that I can see my training for the whole team, which is includes my under 21s and my senior team, and I change everybody's intensity to light for their individual focus because at the end of the season, I want them to come back and I want them to start working on fitness. So I make sure that everything is set up in that regard. Then the other thing that I do is I start looking at players from around the league. My scouts, whoever is free, they are set up to go and scout players. I have been scouting quite a few, and I've been getting reports back. So I start shortlisting potential candidates. One of them here, I'm pretty interested in this 20-year-old player who's playing a key role for Reading. He plays as a defender and a wing back. He may not, according to the scouts, he's not going to improve, but I am actually just going to add him to our shortlist and I will make an offer for him. So I'm going to start looking at adding some players to my team and I'll sell these players off eventually. If they prove to be decent, I'll keep them on. But sometimes, some of these players, they stand out. They scream for you to want to buy them. We need a lot more depth in our team. And two positions I need to look at for the future will be my wing backs and my wing backs and the strikers as well. So right now depending on the scouts, I'm just looking at the scouts telling me that they have potential ability, at least one or two star, at least 2 stars. Then I'll pop in, take a look at them. Like here, Stuttgart's Dirk Schrock, good signing for most champs. I trust my scouts to a large extent, so fairly poor in the air, fairly susceptible to injuries. Then I start looking at his other attributes. He's 20 years old. I want players to be I want to have at least a few 17-year-olds. So Independiente Spaco. Now he looks particularly attractive. 19 years old. Because he's from Uruguay, I might not include him because he has to have a fair run of games or else his work permits won't be renewed. To composure, he's not bad for a 19-year-old. 19, 20, 21, that's 3 seasons he has to play, and he's an inconsistent performer. So this is what I do every season. I go through my team, I spend a fair bit of time picking and choosing who should we sign. Pavao, my scouts have come back with news that this player is very good. I'll buy him as well. Ukraine, a striker called Nelson Bravo. Holy guacamole. Okie dokie, you're 21 years old, finishing 18, composure 12, you have no bravery whatsoever to speak about. Your passing, his stats are fine. I'm gonna make an offer. 6.25, yes. Germany assignment has been finished and they found this guy, Kovacic, 18 years old. Attacking midfielder, he can play as a winger outside, but I don't play with wingers, so thank you very much for showing up. Bow for 5 million. Pestana is joining the club. Thank you very much. The French, Eric Matei. No thank you. Valid Alulu. No thank you. Adam Suguba. Maybe. Forget it. No, thank you. That's it. French, useless. Langer has been accepted. Boom, 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 boom. Rotation. No, 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 no. You're a backup kid. I'll give you an appearance fee of double that. We'll double down on your appearance fee. Can I make you a hot prospect? I think I can. Signing on fee a bit more. I'll give you an even larger appearance fee now. 15.75. Suggest the terms to him. You want a rotation? I'll give you an even higher appearance fee. Come on, kiddo. Don't you want to play for the champions? A hot prospect is only 46k a week. Are we crazy? Hot prospect. Give you 25k. Yes. He's going to be a hot prospect. He's going to be the highest paid under 21 in my team. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Nelson Bravo. Is this the striker for... Did I just see 28.5 million from a... Forget it. I'm not paying 28.5 million for a striker. My wife is so gonna kill me. This means a longer game of Football Manager. Well, West Brom has signed Pastana, start of the season, not too bad. We got one keeper in now, so that means that I now have 2 keepers above the age of 31 and 1 at least who can play for the under 21s. Powell set to sign for West Brom, that's not too bad. 5 million deal. That's good. 17-year-old centre back from Brazil. Somehow or another I end up with Brazilians. Marino's work permit application has been conditionally granted. Marino, yes. Vanderbrand, I've already looked at some of these players. When just because of his name, I might sign him. Simplici Wembangomo. Just because of your name, I'm gonna sign you. Because it's gonna be fun pronouncing your name during a game. So just because of your name. I didn't look at your stats. I don't know if you're gonna be good. So the team should be back. Yes, they are. So we go to fitness and we set them on very high. The match preparation will be 40%. And they will all work on match tactics. If you set this up, then the individual workloads will all be heavy. Let's look at this player. His name is simply Wembangomo. Now, whenever the game puts out a funny named character in the game, I mean, simply Wembangomo sounds like he is going to be a very famous person to me. Makes no logical sense whatsoever. All right. He can't jump for he's a one shot ass. He can't jump, so I have no clue if he's gonna turn out well. He's gonna be a great player or not. I'm just signing him based on his name. That's me. My game crashed, so I had to redo a fair bit. I had some time as well to think about what I needed to do. I have had questions on the forums. People have been asking about the 442 white diamond and the 4231. So I thought, yeah, why not? Why don't I do this in preseason? Create 2 systems I've never used before and see how my players do. And if they are workable as templates, I'll put them up on my website so that you guys can go download them. Now, of course, I usually preseason, I don't bother with playing any matches. I leave it up to my ass man. But this time around, since I'm doing these tactics, I will be telling my ass man not to play any games. Let me manage the side. Okay, so why don't I have also got my scouts looking at Slovenia and Serbia. I'm looking at trying to get some players in, but so I'm gonna try to use mid-round doubters in my ML and MR slots. They're gonna be running. The whole idea of having a mid-round doubter is to get them to run inside with the ball. So they'll be given the shouts. I'm going to want him to take more direct passes, sit narrower, and cut inside with the ball. So these are the round outer settings that you find in the AM slots, and I'm going to use the same settings for the Garbett, who's going to be playing as a round outer in preseason. The whole goal is for them to cut inside, allowing the fullback on the left to explore the space. Fernandez, well, I thought of just using him. Maybe I'll just set him up as a round outer as well to copy Garbett settings on the other side. Let me just make the changes right now. The whole I need to have because I want my fullbacks to explore the space that is going to be left behind by their two mid-rounds cutting inside. This means that I can get a lot more movement in the opponent's half of the pitch. The AM has been set up on attack. I might change him to support because I'm worried about the zone just behind him. I need to control this whole area of the pitch, or else the AI will. And if I don't control that zone, I might have problems creating chances. So this area is going to be critical. I'm going to be paying a lot of attention to see how the DLF and the AMA interact. I don't want them to cross over into each other's zones, as this will create problems that I don't need. Keely will be kept as an advanced forward. I might change him to a center forward on attack role, because the advanced forward does not hold up the ball, whereas the center forward on attack duty does hold up the ball. My team instructions will be the same as I've always set them up to be. Work ball into box, we'll reduce the cutbacks, so that will be fine. At the back, my fullbacks are going to play fewer risky passes, and this will allow me to move the ball up with some confidence. As usual, I'm going to be using the close down more shouts, prevent, goalkeeper distribution, and stay on feet. These are my default shouts for attacking systems. So that's my 4-4-2 white diamond. Now it's time for us to take a look at the 4-2-3-1. The 4-2-3-1 essentially has the same settings as the 4-3-3 round outer settings I had for Defiant. Now, again, the key here for this system is how you're going to control the center of the park. You need to have two midfielders on defend duty. Up front, I'm going to have my round outer cutting inside, and my inside forward as well cutting inside. And my AMS is going to run laterally and control the zone around here. These two chaps are my biggest concern, because in a 4-2-3-1, you will lose if those two are bad players. So selecting them is going to be really, really important. You want I'm opting to go with two defend duties. DLP is going to be in defend because I need the DM strata to be controlled. Hopefully Handroll drops deep enough for us to control this entire central area of the pitch. So I'm going to make sure that my central midfielder has got is set up clean of PI, so that I can adjust them if needed during the game. Up front, my round outer settings, I'm going to leave them on default because I like the round outer settings. There's no need to mess around with them, except for maybe doing the high block, which is a strategy I use for all my attacking systems. So I'm going to give everyone high block right now. Okay, the AM support, he's going to be told to move into channels and dribble more. Up front, Keely, well, he is going to be told to close down much more. Of course, every time I get them set up, I always do a high block with my front line. He's already doing hold up ball, so yeah, I'm not going to use an advanced forward. An advanced forward doesn't have the hold up ball shout, so I'm going to change this guy to a center forward. Target man, I just don't like target man. I'm not going to use a target man. I'm not going to use a poacher. I'm looking at a complete forward. Yes, he should have the hold up ball shout. Put him on attack. And there you go. He has got the hold up ball shout already. So I'm going to leave that alone and give him close down much more and tackle harder. So that sets up my 4-2-3-1 and my 4-4-2 diamond. And we're going to try this out in preseason, see how these two systems work, and then after that we will upload them onto addicted2fm.com. So far we've managed to bring in a few players into the club. I managed to bring in a goalkeeper called Miguel Pestana, Adrian Marino, Simply Wembangamo, Sasha Muller is another keeper, and Victor Ramos. These are, I'm kind of sad that I spent 7.75 on a player. I'm gonna try and make sure that my players are less than 5 million. So we haven't sold any players yet. Let's look at our tactics. It's preseason now. We've got a friendly coming up, so I'm gonna try this white diamond up. Okay, Nathan Hadrell. I'll try Nathan. I'm not sure if he's got the strength. No, he doesn't really have the strength to play as a deep line. Stick another player up. I'll give Perkovic a run there. Gauchino is still injured. Okay, so that's the setup that we have for the 4-4-2 diamond. The shouts once again. Goes down more, stay on feet, use offside trap, move ball into box, player, defensive process. This might get changed. The sad news for anybody watching this right now is that we are going to play it on comprehensive. I need to see how the system does. Okay, so here we are. I'm gonna play on comprehensive, playing a 2D classic so I can see how the flow is like, and I'm gonna. Alright, okay, so now we have a 4-4-2 diamond versus what looks like a 4, whatever this is. I have no idea why. I don't even know what to call this system. It's a very defensive system. That's all I can see. So they've got 2 fullbacks back here, 2 wingers here. So they're probably going to just launch the ball. And I hope these 2 guys get to the ball. So they're going to be quite defensive. So we're going to see how this goes. I want to see that number 8, Garbett and Fernandez, they cut inside. Perkovic is playing pretty high up the pitch. Paul Rodriguez is starting his first game. Paul Rodriguez starting his second game for the club now. So let's see whether Garbett plays well. I might have to change this slightly. Still sitting quite far up. Keely running like a moron with the ball. The one interesting is you see this Garbett, they come quite deep to defend, which is interestingly good. Keely is playing as a complete forward, so he holds up the ball, wins the corner. I haven't changed the set piece routines. I usually change set piece routines when I have a new tactic. Garbett out wide, he's actually a fullback where he can cross the ball. Keely scores. Okay, I'm not counting this goal. It doesn't tell me how good my tactic is because it was off a set piece. So scratch that. I want to see movement. So we're gonna skip this. I said skip. Okay, thank you. I'm looking at certain things like how are we moving the ball. Oh no, if we score again, I'm scratching this as well. Yeah, looking at Garbett is inside the box as a side midfielder, plays it to Keely, another corner. I'm looking at where my fullbacks are, whether I can afford to be a bit more adventurous in my fullbacks. I might be. Because the fullbacks, they're coming up to the halfway line. So let's try something different. In a short while. It's only 7 minutes. So I'm looking at this guy and this guy now. As you can see, Garbett is cutting inside. Perkovic plays a beautiful ball to Nathan. Nathan's almost gone. second goal. What can I do to make this system slightly different? Okay, so we are going to play narrower now. Hopefully it encourages these two to sit a lot more narrower, because even though they've been told to sit narrower, it's not working. I'm going to take more direct passes off this guy. Been seeing a lot of wasted passes. He doesn't do this the whole of last season and does it during a friendly. I know there are quite a number of people who say that tactics, in preseason they don't matter. To some extent they don't, but if you're evaluating the movement of your system or whether the right players are moving to the right spots, then it's invaluable, because you can't do this during a normal course of the season. You have to actually go into a game like FMC and try it there. So here you can see how tightly Garbett and the other side midfielder came into the box. Okay, we are going to make another change to the I forgot they also have roam from position. Roam from position. Roam from position. I forgot he has the shout. Okay, this should actually, I'm gonna get them to roam from position, which is at the mid-round doubters PIs. Corner, not bothering if you can see it, because I'm not looking at set pieces at all. Closing down, I have two players are closing down. Nathan, that's good. Nathan is the AM, he's closing down or giving Salas a hand, so I'm happy with that. Good control. Keely showing his strength, I'm happy. Again, Salas under no threat. Garbett has finally moved inside. Yes, that's what I was hoping to see. That allows Robledo and Marino to push up. This is what I was looking for. Garbett, Robledo will now be able to run down the flanks, as you can see up here. This is what I was trying to get with those shouts. So essentially what we've achieved with that roam from position, it's now freed up Fernandez and Garbett. They will be cutting inside a lot more. They will be moving in when they get the chance to. And you see Garbett is actually moving in, allowing this Robledo to take the flank position. We'll take Nathan off. It's preseason. Matt Handrell, you come on. Let's try some other player in that position. I have a very strong feeling Cruz Azul are about to concede a lot more goals. Handrell coming deep, exactly what I wanted to see. This entire, so the AM is working exactly how I had envisioned it, by dropping deep into the slot in front of the DLP to assist him and to also provide himself as a passing outlet. Keely cuts, he's playing as the center forward, holds up the ball, finds Handrell, who's the AMA, Perkovic, who is the deep lying forward. Fernandez out, cuts, he's already inside the box, wins a penalty. Yes, the system works. This is actually, in my opinion, the 4-4-2 diamond can be a very, very strong system. In preseason, I just love this. I mean, this is it has the, you are going to be entirely dependent on finding the right players for the DLP slots. That I can guarantee you. You're gonna have to find wide midfielders who can also tackle, run with the ball, cross the ball, and score. So the system works brilliantly. You just have to find the right players for it. Let's look at what have I changed. Okay, so for the mid-round router settings, I added roam from position, sit narrower, cut inside ball. We started with these, but I added roam from position, and we could actually see how that translated onto the pitch. We're now gonna go to key highlights since we don't need to watch anymore, because I'm pretty confident now that the system is gonna work to a T. Clear cut chances, 4 clear cut chances. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think penalties are counted. Matt Hadro closing down. You can see the high block. You can see the high block in action just there. Just there. That is the reason why I have closed down much more and tackling harder for my front line. You sweet, sweet boys. Oh, I've never made this 4-4-2 diamond before. This is the first time. This is so much fun. That's the fun thing about preseason. You can make new systems, try them out, and then after that I start getting itchy and I start wanting to try these out the whole season long, and I go into my nonsense, of changing tactics every other week. No, I am not going to do that. We might have a solid lead. Don't get complacent. I'm very happy, boys. Okay, so we have new players in the team. I'm going to give Donato Bruno a chance to play. He's never played before. Let's try Romero out in Salas' position. Callum Keely. Victor Ramos is a new player we brought in. Ahmed Taj, yes, he's been on loan, so we'll give... I just can't simply drop people in, can I? Ahmed Taj, do you have the... He doesn't have the strength. Oh goodness, what have I done? I'm selling you. You have no strength whatsoever. So we'll put him in place of Matt Hadro. Let's see how a player with no strength performs in the AMC slot. Okay, that should be fine. Let's go, boys. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Concede a few goals. Amataj, I fully expect you to screw things up. What a keeper's clearance. Bruno. Ooh, nice. Galvan. Okay, something has changed with Cruz. Cruz have gone to a 3-4-3. Interesting. Now we shall see. Okay. Our tactic is a 4-4-2 diamond. How does it perform against a 3-4-3? Thank you for doing this. I want to see whether my players come back to defend, hold the spaces. We have 3 now up front, so it's going to be really important for the oh wow, we conceded a goal relatively easily inside the penalty box. So that's gonna be the downside of the 4-4-2 diamond, because you've got 3 up front here. You can see Amataj is so high up the pitch. You don't have those 2 central midfielders in the MC slots. If you had them, they'll be providing another screen when you're defending. So this is one system where you're gonna have to score more than the opposition, and I'm pretty certain it will. Amataj. Perkovic. Oh, Perkovic again with the ball. Amataj has no strength whatsoever, so it'll be interesting to see how he does in the AMC position. He flicks one into the air to Keely, who's offside. Amataj, I don't think his ratings are going to be good. He's already taken a knock. I'll let him play through the whole game. The side midfielders will be fine to close down the opposition when they are on the flanks, but once they are in front of the penalty box, that's when this system kind of like falls apart because of the fact that it's a DLP. So we are going to change this guy from a DLP to a ball-winning midfielder on defense. That guy will have a higher closing down. So instead of using a DLP, we'll have to use a ball-winning midfielder. Because honestly, I don't really need a DLP in this setup. So you can see Romero acting like a... Oh, they've scored another goal. It's 5-3. Wow. Oh, it's offside. One thing you have to bear in mind, Romero is not... He's a playmaker and not really a tackler. Looking at his stats, it's only 14 for tackling. I'm hoping there's anticipation more than makes up for it. Ah, come on, Kame Touch. Carry on playing. I'm not taking you off. I don't care, man. You break a leg. Break a leg for preseason. But free kick again. Oh, what a... Does really well. Full time, not bad. Okay, works. Yeah. That was a good result. I'm still happy with their performance. They made a lot of clear-cut chances. So in the end, for this position, we will change it to a ball-winning midfielder. This is the only thing that you got to worry about now. The rest seem fine. Okay. The reason why it's so easy for you to get into trouble when you're defending inside your own box is because you don't have two players here. If these two are playing as a narrow midfield, so if you're playing a narrow diamond, like you stick this guy here and you stick this guy here, then I guarantee you your penalty box will be fine, because these two guys will be up here, defending for you. Because you're gonna have to just worry about your flanks. So keeping these guys, they'll be these guys will always support the flanks, but always return to somewhere in front of the penalty box to defend. So you're better off using these guys as central midfielders instead of wide midfielders. Okay, so this will be the first part of my preseason show. We have set up the training, set up the scouting. We sent players to Slovenia, Serbia. They will probably not come back in time for players when we sign, but who knows, I could increase the database that I have and look at them in the future. We've also set up a 4-4-2 diamond, white diamond. It works. I'm pretty happy with the way it works. The only question now is that the M position, should it be a ball-winning midfielder? Maybe, its closing down is very high. Should it be a DLP? Then you need a really good tackler there. So the only concern for that system is that one position. I will continue to try that system out, and 4-2-3-1, and then probably a third system during preseason, creating these tactics, and hopefully they act as templates for you that you can use for your own systems. I hope you've enjoyed this show today. It's slightly different on other shows, naturally, because it's preseason. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe or drop me a note if you have any questions. You know where to find me, and we will continue with the show soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.